So the interest rate goes down. Welcome back, guys. It's Cash Booza bringing you guys the latest updates on the markets. We're gonna take a look at the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrencies. The US oil is gonna be a jam-packed show, but first let's head over to my screen and let's see what's going on in the global markets. So Fed cuts interest rates by half a point. We were expecting that. We weren't sure how much it's gonna be. It turns out it's half a point. Is this a reason to celebrate or not? We're gonna have to see, because history has told us that whenever the Fed cuts the interest rates, it's not from the goodness of their hearts. It's because something is broken in the system. We will look at some data to back that up. But let's take a look at what else is going on. So Fed anticipates 2 more rate cuts this year. Okay, so we already have 50 basis points. Now we're saying another 2 rate cuts. This is the most aggressive rate cutting that's happened from the Fed side. Is this a reason for us to be concerned? Is this not a reason for us to be concerned? My heart is like this right now. I'm like Jerry. You know when Tom is hunting Jerry? So let's take a look at the data to back that up. This is the S&P 500 and this is the federal funds rate. Whenever the federal funds rate has gone down, a recession was triggered. We're looking at since 1990s all the way to 2004. We're not seeing the rate cutting just yet, but if you look at the 2008, the 2000, the 1990s, every time there has been an aggressive rate cutting that has taken place, it's usually meant something bad is going to happen. There are exceptions. Look at this. The Fed funds rate comes down, stabilizes a little bit, the market goes up. But whenever the aggressive rate cutting happens, that's when the problem starts. We're gonna have to see what the scenario is. I'm suspecting that there is gonna be volatility, VIX is gonna spike, but we will see what happens to the S&P 500. Take a look at this. Gold, my favorite metal out there. Gold is touching all-time highs. We're gonna do a cat dance right now. Look at that. Gold. Wow. Unbelievable, guys. I've been saying that gold is gonna go to 3,000 and gold is probably going to 3,000. Let's go, gold. Let's go. Yes. Wow. So gold is at 2,600, touched all-time high. Price target is 3,000. We will revise the price target once it hits 3,000. Look at this. US dollar index. It came down below 100. Can you see that? Where's that? Here, right here. Comes down to 99.8. But I'm gonna show you how they trick you into this market. This was a classic move for trapping the bears out there. We will take a look at my chart and I'm gonna show you why exactly this is gonna be a fantastic trade to the upside. But first, let's take a look at what else is going on. So Elon has gone completely nuts on Trump. He's like, this is the man, he's gonna get the job done. He is gone ballistic on Trump and he is putting all his faith, all his money, all his tweets to Trump. So Mr. Trump, how's it gonna be?
I mean, I see this, it's so incredible. Ding, 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 boom. Okay, pshin, boom, Star Wars.
Yep, Star Wars. That's how we're gonna run the country, like Star Wars. So we're gonna head over to my charts and let's see what's going on. So I'm not sure how Trump is looking in terms of the election cycle, but Trump is not looking good in terms of the stock market. Another 10% or so down, about 13% today, down on Trump media and technology stock. This is a bloodbath for Trump stock. I've been telling you guys to not buy the dip. You buy the dip, you get chopped up. It's like catching a falling knife, you know. It's never, you might catch the handle, but there's a high probability that you're gonna catch the pointy end and you're gonna hurt yourself. But Trump stock is not looking good. We're gonna have to see some reversal signs. We might see a little bit of bounce here. Let's mark this up real quick. We might see some bounce here, over here, right here. Look at that. The 9.2, 9.3 level, we might see a little bit of bounce, but this is completely untradeable because we just don't have that evidence. If we see a V recovery on this might be worth looking, but as of now, we just don't have that yet. we're gonna have to see some real pump going in. Okay, but you know what has been pumping in the past? Oracle. Wow, what a chart on the weekly. Unbelievable stuff. Could we have caught this in the past? I'm gonna show you exactly how to know if we could have caught that. If it trades above the red line by the way is the 20-day moving average. Just watch the 20, guys. It's so simple. Just watch the 20. If it's above the 20, one full candle closure above the 20 and it's trending up, if the averages are trending up, it's time to go. It's so simple. You don't have to be stuck in the classic 9 to 5. Just know how to do this stuff and you will never have a problem with the money. But we are seeing some problems on Oracle on the weekly chart. Look at that. The latest candle that we're seeing, it's a pin bar rejection to the downside. So what does that mean? That means that if tomorrow's trading day, if tomorrow if this holds and on Friday this holds, that means that some more shorting is coming and it's worthwhile to look to the downside risk on Oracle. If you're on the Oracle trade, if you're on the bull side, you might be watching this very, very carefully and it might be a good idea to reconsider your position on this stock. We'll take a look at the SPY. What's going on with SPY? So SPY again touched all-time high and coming down, rejecting from the all-time high. It's a pin bar, classic pin bar rejection. Is this a trap? Look at that. Are we seeing a trap here? Is this a trap? It looks like it. It looks like it. If it doesn't recover tomorrow, it might be worth calling a trap. We're gonna have to see how this candle closes. It's a very, very critical week this week. We're gonna have to see the way this candle closes. If it closes like that, we will look to the short side. Let's take a look at Qs. What's going on with Qs? Not much. Qs is looking like it is stabilizing right now. There's not a lot of action going on the Qs, although on the weekly chart it is a very healthy chart. No problems on the Qs. We can't short the Qs just yet. We can't go long on the Qs. If you're holding the Qs, that's it. No problem with holding the Qs right now because we have a full candle closure. Look at that above the 20. The high, the low, the open, and the close, it's all above the red line, the 20-day moving average. Whenever this has happened, look at this in the past. An open, a close, a high, and a low, all above the 20, and the rally continues like that. Look at that, beautiful rally. So if we see a full candle above the 20, absolutely no problems. Taking a look at the IWM, pretty similar story. It's a pin bar rejection, comes up to the 225 level, coming down, and it's showing a little bit of weakness. But as of now, there's no confirmation. We're gonna have to see what happens tomorrow and on Friday. The way this candle closes, very, very critical. If it closes like that, there might be a little bit more shorting to come. September is usually a weak month. The seasonality plays out. May is a weak month. September is a weak month. February is a weak month. These are weak months for the stock markets, the S&P, the IWM in general. We have to be cautious in these markets. We can't YOLO everything. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? Absolutely nothing. It's not tradable yet. We aren't seeing any confirmations yet. It's trading below the 20. It's not giving us a massive signal either to the upside or to the downside. If it goes up, we're gonna have to see the 72,500 level. 72,500 is what I'm watching. If it goes like that, if it goes up and then comes down and then goes up, that's a great level, right? That is gonna be a phenomenal trade, but right now we're just not seeing that yet. On the short side, we've talked about that, 52,500, watching this very carefully, 52,500 to the downside, and it triggers a short right here. VIX, let's take a look at VIX. Trading below 20, not a lot going on the VIX, but if it goes above 20, be cautious, be on your toes because volatility will be ready to spike. Dollar index, we are watching dollar index very, very carefully, and I showed you guys the stats, the chart before where they trapped everyone right here. Look at that. That's a beautiful trap right there. So everyone got trapped. Everyone who had their stop losses below the 100 level, they got stopped out and then they bought the market back up again. it is sitting at an extremely healthy level. All my forex traders, watch this very carefully. So 100, extremely good level. One reaction, two reaction, sitting on the 200-day weekly moving average. And if the candle closes like the way it's closing right now, it should be seeing a lot more strength to the upside. And if the weakness in the markets, remember September is a weak month, if the weakness in the market continues, dollar can see some serious strength to the upside. We'll take a look at Apple real quick. What's going on with Apple? So Apple is looking at a gap fill. I talked about that. We should be looking at some kind of a gap fill on Apple. So Apple came up and Apple filled the gap. Look at that. Exactly what I told you guys yesterday. Fill the gap, and now it's selling off once again. So if Apple comes down, if Apple is coming down, we are looking at 214 on Apple. Anything below this is going to trigger a short on Apple. We're going to have to see this. It's so simple, guys. Look at this. High, a lower high, and an even lower high. We can go to a smaller time frame and look at that even more, but you guys get the idea. We should be looking at lower highs and lower highs. We should be looking at that. Look at that. This is what we should be looking. It's a messy chart, I get it. But understand this, we should be looking at market structure more than anything. No indicators, no MACD, no RSI. Just look at the market structure and understand what's going on. Gold, all-time high, my favorite of all. Amazing performance by gold. We'll take a look at the weekly on gold. Absolutely no problems here. Healthy rally, healthy bullish price action. Great stuff, great rally, continuing to the $3,000 an ounce price target. And that's all I had for you guys today. If you guys liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to Cash Booza, because I'm going to be bringing you guys these stock market updates every single day from Monday through Friday. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.